Everyone, I'll be here back with another video, and in this one I'm gonna show you how to install puddle lights on your w202 Mercedes C-Class. So, first of all, you'll need to remove the door card. I've already done it, and if you wanna see a video for that, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description. So, let's begin installing our factory optional puddle lights. To begin, you'll need to remove the door card as I said and put it aside. I'm gonna do that just in a second. Once you have removed the door card, you might wanna disconnect your battery if your car has side airbags, and the second thing you'll need to do is locate the door control unit, which is right here. You'll need to disconnect this connector, this one, as we'll use it for the power for our puddle lights. So let's disconnect it, and to do so you'll need to release this gray pin right here, and to do so, I can't really focus in. There's basically next to there's a black plastic piece which you need to push it and then move the gray pin down, and that releases the cables. And you'll have this connector, at least on the facelift model, which says 1 on this corner. On this one it says 8, I think so. Then on the bottom left corner it says 10, and on the bottom right it says 18. We'll need to use pins 1 and 5 for the puddle light. So now we'll need to take apart this connector and connect your wires. I forgot to mention to take apart the connector. You'll have to push this black plastic thing to a side and then move the wires out. That's how you release the connector from this connector housing. Now that I've released the plastic thing that locks in the wires, the connector housing just slides out, and you're left with this connector. It has some spaces that are left out for optional stuff like mirrors that fold or puddle lights that we are installing in this video. Can't really focus in, but as I said earlier, you'll need to connect 2 wires, one in the pin number 1 and second in the pin number 5. I'm gonna come back once I've done that. So what I have done here is I've connected one wire to pin number 1 and other to pin number 5, and I used wires with bigger sized rubber part than the holes of the connectors, so the wires won't slide out. Also, to prevent sliding out of, I'm gonna clip them to the other wires with a cable tie to relieve the tension, and I'm gonna come back and show you how it all works once I've done that and I've put back the connector housing. Plug the connector back in. You might need to use some force, but once this goes horizontally and clicks, that means it is in place. Now you'll have to test if the connections are correct. So to do that, you'll need to take this This is the OEM puddle light housing. I'll leave a link down in the description for this item. I bought this from eBay for like €7 or something like that. Just connect one of the wires to this side and over to this side. It doesn't really matter as this isn't an LED light bulb. So I have connected the wires like that, and to test it you'll need to turn on your interior lights to the position that once the doors are open the interior lights turn on, otherwise the light won't light up. So you press this and the light is on. Now to check if everything is alright, you'll need to push this pin in, which detects if doors are closed or open. So if I press it, the light comes out. If I release it, the light turns back on. And now that everything is okay, disconnect the light and put on the door panel back, as well as route the wires down the hole that is on the door panel. I'll show that hole. The place that I was talking about is right here. It's covered from the factory with this cap. If you don't have the optional puddle lights, remove the cap, comes out right, just comes right out, very easy. And there's this hole. This is where you'll need to route the wires. I'll show it in the next clip. As you can see, I've just tapped on the door panel back, and this is how you route the wires. They should come out from this hole. It's pretty simple. I'll cut the excess wire once I'm finishing this installation. Now that you have replaced the door cover and routed the wires down to the bottom, shorten them and isolate it, because you don't want to have fire in your car. Well, that it should be anyways fused. Put the housing back into the hole, and it's in the hole. Now let me show you how that looks. I'll turn on the interior lights, and you can see it shines bright and nice, and looks just like from a factory. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.